Okay, review for The Beach, Danny Boyle movie with DiCaprio and Tilda Swinton. This is a movie I think I watched like half of it years ago and just never finished it. I watched it. I'm not a fan of this movie. I think Danny Boyle's a good director. It's based on a book by Alex Garland. He's a co-writer on the screenplay. Um, I just don't think it works. Like it's got a weird tone, and apparently Leonardo DiCaprio was paid $20 million for this movie. 20 million. The budget was 50 million. But I'm actually glad he made it because apparently he was going to do American Psycho, which would have been interesting, but I'm glad it's Christian Bale because I think he's born to play that role. And I don't want that movie like changed at all, you know? So I'm actually glad that he made this. I just don't think the movie works. It's got a weird tone. It's kind of, the first part's kind of interesting because you want to know what's with this beach. I can't find the actor's name, but he's been in a number of Danny Boyle stuff. Robert Carlyle. Yeah, he's a good actor. So, this is spoilers. I mean, DiCaprio is kind of lost in traveling. You don't really know you don't know like anything about him. That's another problem I think with the movie. I guess they just wanted like a blank slate. But you don't know anything about him really. He's traveling, he's in Thailand, and he's in Bangkok. He's alone. He's at this motel, this cheap motel. And Robert Carlyle is like on a bunch of drugs and drunk. His name's Daffy. And he is able to talk to DiCaprio through the rooms. There's like these vents, and he breaks through one, and they start smoking and doing drugs, and he starts telling him about this beach. And it's this beautiful beach. It's paradise. He was there, but left. I think he tells him why. I think he's like, I forget what he said, but doesn't really matter because he gives. And then the next day he comes back to his room. There's something attached to his door. It's a map to the beach. And then he goes into Robert Carlyle's. He's gone, let's say. Then this sets up. There's also this French couple, which of course I knew like this guy is going to be pushed aside. The girl's going to be with Leo. It's obvious. That's what happens. But he tells them about it. And he's like, hey, can you help us? Do you want to go? And they do. It's organized mainly by the guy, Julian Canet. And the beach is forbidden. It's a forbidden island. It's like a national park. Along the way, he meets this group of stoners who are talking about the beach too, because it's like this urban legend kind of. And they're like, there's fields of weed, it's heaven on earth. There's beautiful water and a lagoon. And DiCaprio is drinking with them and smoking, and then he in the morning copies the map for them, which really ends up screwing him later. Gives it to them or leaves it on their doorstep. He then goes with the French people, and they eventually get to the beach. They get taken to an island. Then they have to swim the rest of the way. It's like a kilometer or two. Which is like, really, would people do this? Like, and then like they mess with them and say they see a shark. Later on, there is a couple sharks, and they make it to the island. And then finally, they run into the large fields of weed. And there's, of course, guys there with guns, of course, because they're maintaining it and they sell it. They're able to sneak past them, and then they jump into this lagoon, and that's basically where they meet up with Tilda Swinton and all the other people there. And Tilda Swinton is I mean, she gives a good performance. She's good. She is basically like a cult leader. I mean, I'd say so. Especially later, there's some messed up things that happen. I don't know, maybe DiCaprio was miscast, because apparently it was going to be Ewan McGregor, but the studio, like, I wouldn't make it without DiCaprio, and they said they'll pay him $20 million. This is insane. I swear, some actors get paid so much money. It's like, you know, 20 million for what, 3-4 months work? It's just crazy. But yeah, and Tilda Swinton and of course DiCaprio and the French woman start to have an affair. She easily throws her French guy aside like he's nothing, and he then kind of disappears from the movie. DiCaprio starts to, I mean, you think, like, you don't really know what he's thinking sometimes, because there's this guy, he has like a rotten tooth. He wants to go to the mainland to see a dentist. Tilda Swinton says you can't. Then they all just hold down the guy and pull his tooth out while he's screaming. So that kind of is a red flag there. I mean, it's like, whatever, like, I'm going, like, I don't know, I don't even know why they listen to her, but, like, I guess she, you know, she's the cult leader. Like, they don't have any weapons. Tilda Swinton says they made a deal with the guys who run the field, that if they stay on their side of the island, they'll stay on their side. Just don't bring anyone new to the island. And she already bent the rule for DiCaprio and the two French people. But she's like, that map, she burns the map, and she asks, did you show it to anyone? Did you copy it? He lies and says no. Later on, she finds out that this isn't true. This is the lie. He also sleeps with Tilda Swinton, or she really doesn't have any choice in it. She's like, she's gonna have sex with you. And then those people show up to the island. This pisses her off. She makes DiCaprio live in the woods for like weeks. He goes insane. It's just, okay, it's like, it's a beautiful island. What does she say? It's a place, it's an island resort for people who hate resorts. But it's like, okay, it'd be fun to live there for like a week or two, but like, would you really want to just live there forever? Like, I wouldn't. Like, there's no doctors, there's no dentists, there's no nurses. At least none of them say that they have any medical skill. They have no medical supplies. They go to Bangkok like twice, I think she says twice a year, to get supplies and rice. So if you don't get your stuff then you're screwed. She won't let people leave. She won't let them bring doctors or dentists there. I don't know, it's just, and then like, also there's no electricity. They have batteries. I mean, you know, like, it's never explained if this island is like magical. Like, wouldn't there be bugs and diseases and snakes? and like malaria, and I don't know. It's just like I could understand wanting to live there for like a week or two, a couple weeks, but would you really want to live there forever? I don't know. I just don't even buy that. This movie's just very uneven, and it's odd. It's an odd movie. It's a very weird movie. At one point, Leonardo DiCaprio is talking to a shark, although that was kind of a joke. So because he's hunting in the lagoon, and there's sharks in the lagoon, of course. He's attacked by a shark, but he has a knife and he's able to fight it off. In fact, he kills it and they eat the shark. But later, there's these three Swedish guys, and they get bit by a shark. I think two of them. Yeah. Two of them, like, really bad. One of them just dies right away. The other one, he says, bring a doctor to the island. She says no. She says, we'll take you out off the island and you could go to, and then we'll take you to a doctor in Bangkok. He says he doesn't want to go on the water anymore. So it's like, so you're gonna die, dude. Like, you're gonna die. They don't even have antibiotics. Like, you would think they would have some antibiotics or something. I don't know. There's something about this movie, it doesn't work for me. I got mixed reviews at the time. Leo's way overpaid, because I don't even think he's that great in it. It's kind of a weaker performance from him. I don't know, maybe he was just kind of confused with the movie, because it's got a very strange tone. I mean, at one point, okay, and then the Swedish guy, he's in the corner, you know, and the only guy taking care of him is the French guy, who we haven't seen in a while, who was discarded by his ex. And, you know, he's like this, he's gonna die. None of them really seem to care. Even Leo, he's not even a good guy. That's the thing, you don't even like any of these people really, except for maybe him, but he's not even in the movie that much, the French guy. He's in the first third, disappears, and then he's a little bit in the last third. And, you know, these are not good people, because this guy's in the corner and he's like, you know, saying, like, screaming in pain. His leg is mangled, and they wrapped it up, but it's like, you're gonna die. Like, she's not gonna let anyone on the island, and he won't go off the island on a boat. Or they would probably have to put him on a raft, and then some people would take him to another island, then put him on a boat to Bangkok. That's probably what would happen. So it's not ideal, but heck, man, maybe you shouldn't live out in the middle of nowhere, you know? So, and to be fair to Tilda Swinton, she, like, made a deal with these, they're basically pirates. Like, don't bring anyone else here. You know, they have AK-47s. She has no guns. So to be fair to her, you know, so, you know, these people, like, are sick, and basically they then take the guy, put him out in the middle of the jungle in a tent to just die. Like, his leg is going gangrene, you know, and he's just dying in a tent. And then the French guy kind of lives with him out there. And also, like, is there running water? You know, where do they get their water? And they eat a lot of fish. It's just like, why would you want to live there? The whole movie's acting like this is so ideal, this is so amazing, but it's like, I don't know, after a week or two, I'd want to leave, you know? And what if you get sick? You know, what if you contract some disease? I mean, I don't know. I guess I just don't buy it. I don't buy the premise of the movie. Yeah, and then, you know, I mean, there's crazy scenes in this movie. Like, at one point, he's going nuts in the jungle, DiCaprio, because he's has to watch the stoners that have his map, which is his fault. They end up coming further inland. They come across the pirates. They all get killed. One of them's running away. She runs into DiCaprio, who is literally on all fours, and then he like hisses at her like he's like a jungle cat. It's just, I don't know. This movie's crazy, but not in a good way, I'd say. I'd say it's definitely lesser Danny Boyle. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it just didn't all come together. I think Ewan McGregor maybe would have done a better job. Because it's a bunch of Brits, in the movie. I think maybe it would have been better with McGregor. And apparently him and Danny Boyle kind of had a falling out after this. Because he was pissed because he worked with them a bunch of times. And I don't know, maybe Danny Boyle said, like, I have a new project and I think you'd be good starring in it. But yeah, they paid DiCaprio $20 million to do it. So, but I mean, I like Danny Boyle. Trainspotting's good. 28 Days Later, Sunshine's good. 127 Hours. Okay, he is directing 28 Years Later. Okay, but then there's a part 2 I think they're making, and that's not made by him. But yeah, I don't know. Sometimes just a movie doesn't really work, Roger Ebert gave it 2 out of 4 stars. So yeah, paid $20 million. Ewan McGregor was Danny Boyle's first choice to play the part of Richard. The studio wanted DiCaprio and cast him before Boyle could intervene. While McGregor blamed the studio, he did not speak with Boyle for many years and admitted in an interview that he felt betrayed at the time. Happily, in 2015, McGregor and Boyle made amends and are now on good terms. McGregor said in 2017, it was a mishandling and a misunderstanding over the film. It's a big regret of mine that it went on for so long and it didn't matter about the beach. It was never about that. It was about our friendship. I felt like Danny's actor and it made me a bit rudderless. I handled it very badly and I've apologized. Boyle said, I handled it very badly and I apologize to you, Ewan, for it. I felt a great shame about it and how it was handled. I think he would have been better, honestly. I could see him way more than DiCaprio. In the novel by Alex Garland, the main character Richard was born in 1974. Okay. Yeah, and then there's a scene when he's in the jungle, he's going nuts. He's running around, and it turns into a video game, like a crappy looking video game, terrible graphics. There's like a fake tiger, and it's so ridiculous. So ridiculous. The video game recreation scene in the jungle was inspired by Banjo-Kazooie. Okay, well, that game's way better than that. This was DiCaprio's first film in 2 years after a 10-minute cameo in Woody Allen's Celebrity. Never seen that. But yeah, that's about it though. I think I'm not really into this movie. I don't think it works, but like I wonder if the book is different. The novel was published in 1996, became a success. A major change in the film adaptation made in the book is the ending, which in the novel is much darker. Boyle later said he wanted the film to be more critical of its unlikable characters. Yeah, but that's about it though. The Beach. I check it out if you're just morbidly curious about Danny Boyle and DiCaprio. It said it made 144 million out of a budget of 50. I guess because DiCaprio was just huge back then. But yeah, I'll see you next time.